Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. These are all beach finds. They're all been smoothed by the waves on the beach, and I've turned them all round, so I'm making sure they've got colour on them. I've got a 50 mils of hardener and 50 mils of resin in this container, and I've given it a good stir. Now I'm only going to do a thin clear layer. I'm going to show you how you can make something like this with very little resin, even though it's a deep mould. So I'm going to pour all of this in here. All of this, that's 100 mils. I'm just going to start placing it, all my little pieces, upside down in the resin. Just work my way around, turn my little pieces upside down. They will sink to the bottom, but they'll still have that little layer of clear resin underneath. I'm going to work my way around the clock piece first. They will move about, but once we get the other pieces in, this piece or this side's got a little bit more. And hopefully that way we'll be able to tap out any bubbles that get under there. And I'm going to make some really dark resin up. I've got black micro powder in here, and I've got some really dark emerald green. So it's going to be like a really dark aqua, as you can see. So I'm going to mix that. I'm not bothered about air bubbles at all, because this is going to be the back. To pour this on. So I'm going to set that aside and I'll leave it to cure, and then we can take it out the mould and put the clock face in, see what it's like tomorrow. So the back of the clock has all cured. Now that is just where I've been moving it. We're going to take this out of the mould. This is what it looks like on this side. And this is where the little clock face will sit in there once we take it out. Now when you get these, there looks like there's little slide areas either side of it, but they just fall off. So I've actually put them into these two little spaces that are up here. And then you can click it in. That'll hold those little metal pins. You get them when you buy these pieces. Now, when I bought this mould, it had two of those with it, which is really good. But you can buy a whole set of those if you want to make more of these clocks or any type that you want to do with your clock. Let's just take this mould out and let's see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. These mosaic pieces make such pretty clocks. Look at that. That is so pretty. The last one I made, I put a layer down first of the resin and let it dry, and then put my pieces of mosaic on. and I got air bubbles trapped in, but there's no air bubbles in this time. Look at this. There's a tiny little air bubble there, but just a tiny little one. But look at that, it's so pretty. Look at that, it's so pretty, and it's a good weight in it as well. It's got stand up, brilliant. Now I've got something that I want to do that I didn't do with the other one. This is not a shaky one. This is a gold pen. Put the date on it. Alibi. Alibi. So we'll push this in, making sure that the 12 is at the top. And it will clip in. There is a little bit of movement. Now when you need to change the battery, you just need to grab it from underneath there. You might need to slip something under and just pull it back out like that to change the battery on it. But we'll push it back in. Those little clips keep it in there. That's perfect. And look at that. I like it. I love making these. I really love making these. It's a great way that if you do mudlarking, beach combing, that kind of thing, bottle digging, you find anything, or even if you've got anything in the house that needs to be put into something like this, you can use one of those molds. They're deep enough to put, even if you've got your grandmother's false teeth, you can put them in there and fill it with resin. There's so many things that you can put into this to make this timepiece beautiful little keepsakes. Absolutely beautiful, with pieces of beechcraft that's just been found on the beach like this. You can put anything into this, almost anything, and it just stands up there. Perfect. A perfect thing to hand down the generations as well. So I've got the battery in the little clock face. I should have two of these for this little gold one. These little clips that are going to hold it in place. So I need two for that. Those two are for the silver one. So when I bought the mould, you got the two clock faces at the same time. You got a gold one and a silver one. There we go. That clips on there. And then that one clips in there. And then it pushes inside this. So we'll take this out of the mould. And look at this. I mean, for all this being the sea glass that my daughter picked up on the beach, it's going to be one of those type of moulds that's going to be a great memory. So if you do beach combing, it's worthwhile getting this mould and those clock faces, and you can turn your beach finds into something so practical. I'm just going to peel this off. Oh, look at that. Pull that piece out. Oh my goodness, look at, oh, I got a bubble. Oh, I got an air bubble in that big piece. But oh, it's pretty. Look at that. That is so pretty. And it's all the beach finds that my daughter has had. And I've done it in the layers. And so that was 3 layers I did. So I didn't need to use a deep pour resin. If you're going to pour the whole thing, I would get a deep pour resin. It takes longer to set, but it doesn't heat up as much. So, oh, that's so pretty. Maybe the next time, I used these pieces because they actually had a little natural curve in there. And now what you do is you put it down and we should be able to push the clock in. Put it around the right way and clip it. There we are. It's going to be difficult to pull it out to change the battery. But that's holding it. That's how you do it. Now just make sure it's in. And there you are. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for watching. Please click on that subscribe button. It's really easy. Just click on the subscribe button, and if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial, and then that way you can keep up to date what I'm getting up to. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.